Another issue that comes in is specifically the details,
Right.
of how to charge. So once you've come up with your hourly rate, what we've seen is quite a few people who are massage therapists continue to want to be educated. So they go out and they become an expert in aromatherapy or pregnancy massage or a slightly different discipline. So they might do a yoga teacher training where they can incorporate stretching in their massage work, or they could do a course on reflexology.
Right. And then they sort of start charging for the service,
That's right,
rather than their time.
Yeah.
And it's kind of what spas do, really, don't they? Sort of like a hot stone massage is more expensive than, you know, a normal massage. But I think, you know, we feel, well, I certainly feel that in private practice, you're charging for your time, and actually you're using the techniques that get the best outcome for your client. So I don't want to feel if a client's come in for a low back pain and they've only charged, you know, I'm just charging them for a normal massage, that I can't use hot stones to get the outcome that I want. So, you know, I would say actually much more of a puller in for clients, if there is such a word, to, you know, look at this idea that we teach in Jing about outcome-based massage. You come to me because I can fix your pain and get results, and actually within that I've got loads of skills that I might use. Yeah,
and that goes also for, I've seen on loads of massage therapists, menu of services is a leg, you know, leg and hip treatment, or a back, neck, and shoulders, or something.
Treatment, 20 minutes, $20.
And I just think that actually makes your life really complicated, because what you want to be doing is thinking, well, what does that person need? And so then you're not kind of set in those parameters. And that actually, you said the 20-minute thing, that's another bit big. I'm not a big fan of treating under 50 minutes to an hour, because it's a lot to ask. And I think the public's perception of what can get done in a massage, even if you say 25 minutes, they'll kind of think and expect you to do all of that. I think if you're working with a certain clientele over a long period of time and you have a big full consultation with them and you do 60 minutes to begin with and then maybe a couple of smaller treatments, that's fine. But
one of my first massage teachers ever said to me, it's not worth your while to do half hours, and I feel really grateful for that advice, because I think particularly when you're starting off, you're not clinically efficient enough to be able to get results. By the time somebody gets undressed, 20 minutes, you know. So you know, do the full hour, you know, an hour and a half for the first appointment, to include a consultation.
What about packages, Rachel? What's your feeling about packages?
Packages. Packages. You know, I don't really do packages, but I think they're a good idea for some clients. I think there's an admin element around them that's challenging to me, which is the only reason I don't.
You'd have to keep all the money together. That wouldn't be so good.
So it's sort of like buy 6 and you get for the price of 5, or
you can't even say it.
I don't even say it, can I? So I know that some of our students have really found those to be a good idea and helpful for getting people in.
And it's really good, especially with the Jing method, if you're looking at sort of 1 to 6 treatments, and you say to somebody, look, I'd really like to work with you. This is what I can offer you. Usually this kind of work takes about 6 treatments. After the first treatment, you charge them from 5, they get the 6th one free. And that is actually also really important, is that they pay for each one and they pay up front, rather than if you pay for 5, you'll get the 6th one free, and then you discount it, but then the person doesn't show up. You know, that's also something to be careful of.
I think the thing with packages is a bit like gift vouchers. You've already had the money, right? And then you have to give the treatment. So sometimes that's like...
Is that hard for you?
It's hard for me sometimes. I don't know. But try the package. It's not for me, but it is for some people. I think it's a good idea.
Cancellation fee? What do you do?
Do you
charge
somebody?
Cancellation.
That's a hard one, isn't it?
I'm up for
people need to know about the cancellation fee right from the beginning.
Tell them.
It's really important.
You have to have your own boundaries. So for me, because my schedule is quite busy, I'll say to somebody, which helps a lot with booking them in, is after I give them a treatment, I say, right, I'd really like to see you next week or in 3 weeks' time or whatever it is. And these are my options. I could do Monday at 3 and Thursday at 4, which is like a classic sale. My father is in sales, and so a classic sales technique, but it's true.
This or that.
This or that, you can choose. And my cancellation policy is I need 24 hours notice. I'm fine with you canceling 24 hours in advance. I really need to know. But I'd rather book you in now than you try to text me and say, can I get in tomorrow? That's never going to happen. So that's one element of that.
I do 72 hours now.
Do you?
I do, yeah, because I think 24 hours is not actually enough, because my slots are very precious because I only do the 1 day a week clinic these days because of all our teaching. So actually, I need at least 72 hours notice.
Yeah, exactly. So we have different boundaries of that.
Unless they're like dying, and that's okay.
Well, and
that's fine. If people are really ill, and
I have to say, when I managed a spa in New York, we had a pretty strict cancellation policy, and we took money up front, and we charged them full price if people didn't show. With my private practices over the years, I used my judgment. And if somebody canceled and they just said, I forgot, then the next time they came, I charged them full fee or I charged them half. So that's one or the other. And now, those were years ago. Now I definitely charge them full amount if they want to come back. And I tell them that when they're canceling. If they call up and say, I'm really sorry, I'm really ill, I won't be able to make it today. First time, get out free card, right? They get out.
Yeah.
Absolutely, it's fine. Somebody's sick. I don't want them on my table. Great. Second time,
recidivist.
It's a little bit yeah. Third time out, you're out of my clinic. I never want to see you again. No, I mean, not that but it's like this isn't going to work for me or you. And it's also not respectful around my practice and my time. So I think, 3 strikes you're out is pretty much my policy.
I mean, I think, I've got one client who works for himself and is really, really, really busy. And I totally appreciate that because, I also work for myself and are really, really, really busy. And he's, not showed up, cancelled quite a lot. And, I've just said to him, I totally understand. You totally understand where you are, but basically you just need to pay if you don't show up.
Yeah.
And no judgment there. I understand your life is busy, but you can't be cancelling on me at 24 hours notice. Every time doesn't work for me. So, and he's respectful of that. So, have a nice snooze if he doesn't turn up.
And the last bit that we get asked a lot is, what about giveaways? And I think we have a slightly different policy around this.
Yeah, not that different.
So I kind of have an absolutist policy, which is no freebies.
I don't think you do though, do you?
Well, in some ways.
You never give out any free treatments or partial treatments or talks or...
Okay, I do a lot of that.
All right, okay.
But I feel like...
Lie.
Yeah, but it's not about... Okay, let's take it up to what it means.
All right.
So I wouldn't counsel anyone into doing a day of free massage unless you were getting something out of it. So...
Our referrals, right?
Yeah.
So if you did like a day's free on-site massage at some massive company where maybe you had a chance of getting in to do on-site massage, you got the client details, you were able to give them a 10-minute massage and say, wow, you're RSI man, if you're able to come to me once a week for up to 6 weeks, should I book you in? I think that's
I think
pretty good
and
for days.
Yeah, I think it's great, and you have to just get people's contact details at the time, ask them their permission to call them next week. So, if you're doing a charity event or something like that, then yes, there's enough in it to feel like maybe you're working with athletes or weekend warriors and you're getting an idea of what that might mean. But also just get every single person's contact details, get them to sign something or ask them verbally, is it okay if I call you next week to find out what this was like and if you'd be interested in a treatment? So in that way, I actually think that's the best marketing tip
too. Marketing, isn't it? Yeah, getting your hands on people. Get your hands on people.
And that goes for big things, small things, local things. And above all, that is so superior to doing leaflets or, a fancy website. Website's important, but it's like the detail that we see therapists writing things and really describing treatments. That's not going to get you clients. Clients is getting hands-on people and making relationships. And that's another thing, right? When people do charity events or do on-site massage, you get these people coming along and go, can I have a massage? And then they just put their head in the hole and then they're out. So what you want to do is kind of extract them, have a little conversation with them about who you are as a professional, what you offer, what you're going to do, and then afterwards dialogue that with somebody and then really extract from them what they're interested in. So if you're doing some kind of free day at your local school or something, make sure that you're making those appointments long enough, not just for your treatment time, but also for your marketing time.
Yeah. All right.
And that's the best we got about charging and doing what you're worth. We'll do a whole another episode, I'm sure, on some of those elements.